Hello all and welcome to Astro Wheel of Fortune. And today's message is all about the pleasant surprises and blessings for 2020. So what are you not expecting that's coming to you in 2020? What nice surprise is ahead of you? And as always, we have 6 piles. We've got pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4, pile 5, and pile 6. And I'm going to start with the first pile. We're going to do our storytelling dice as well. And, if you want to take a bit more time to decide what you want to, which pile are you more drawn to, you can pause the video. But I'm going to begin with the first pile. So, pile number 1, let's see what kind of big surprises are coming to you in 2020. So, let's have a look. We've got 10 of Pentacles. We've got 3 of Pentacles. Got Knight of Cups. We've got Temperance. And I'm going to have a look at your oracle cards in a second. So I can see that financially and career-wise, you guys are going to have an amazing year. You are not expecting the type of career and the kind of achievements in your career and your money that you're going to receive in 2020. All of these advancements in your career are going to be completely a complete surprise to you, and you're going to go so far as to make a real good stable career for yourself in 2020, more so than you ever realized. There's also a blessing of teamwork and people coming together to help you and be there for you in terms of your job as well. So whether it is in your current job or in job that you might be going into in 2020, you will be blessed with people that want to help you, achieve your goals as well. I can see you constantly stepping up in your career in 2020, constantly leveling up, constantly, being able to get a steady raise, being able to get more responsibility in a good way. I can see here as well with the Temperance in reverse and Knight of Cups in reverse, sometimes these career opportunities might seem too good to be true. So there's just a little bit of a warning to make sure that everything is legitimate. But from what I can see here is you will be able to pick the good, legitimate choices. So you will make very smart career choices. You will avoid anything that is not for you. You will avoid anything that seems phony. You will be very good with your career choices in general in 2020. With the Temperance in reverse, I can see as well things will happen pretty fast for you in 2020 in terms of career. Things will be happening very quickly. It'll feel a little bit like a whirlwind almost, because of how fast everything is happening for you. So let's have a look and see what we have here for the oracle cards. So we have Facade. So just again, I'm seeing here there might be some phony, you will avoid some sort of phony contract, some sort of phony proposition, and that will lead you to success. So pay attention to some sort of contract or some sort of offer that comes your way in 2020. Pay attention to it and make sure that you avoid it, because there is going to be some sort of proposition, some sort of contract that somebody will try to make with you. That's not for the best of your career, but I can see you actually making a very clever decision and stepping away from it and going towards something else that's more prosperous and more stable. So I can see that for you definitely. And then we have Grief. So I also see with these two cards, you getting over something that has happened in 2019. I can see that you've been putting on this brave face, and with the 3 of Pentacles, it always makes me think of somebody that is showing, that they're strong, that they're stable, that they're, they're able for anything that comes their way. You've been very strong in 2019, although you were going through a very rough patch. You've been going through some sort of grief, some sort of loss. A family member could have passed away, or even a pet here with this picture here. But it's some sort of grief. There's been some sort of loss in, in your close circle that you've been, trying to get through, trying to stay strong through. And it's been very difficult in 2019, but I can see in 2020 the big blessing that you're going to be getting is being able to get over that grief, being able to find joy again, being able to find happiness again, and feel a bit more free of that sadness and that grief. Then we have worry. So any anxieties and worries from 2019, I can see you releasing. So it says here, I am learning that worry does not change an outcome. So some sort of negative thinking patterns are changing in 2020. So that's going to be an amazing change for you. And maybe that's how you are able to come into more abundance and more prosperous, a more prosperous situation as well. And we've got empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. So I can see you really working on your heart chakra and your solar plexus chakra in 2020. So that's going to be the big gift. With the worry and empathy, I can just see you looking after your mental health in 2020. Your mental health is going, if you've been struggling with your mental health, if you've been struggling, through depression or anxiety, that is coming to an end in 2020, and that's a big gift and a surprise to you. I think you're almost thinking right now, maybe in your head, you think that this will never go away, this hurt will never go away, this depression, this sadness, this anxiety will never leave you, this loneliness will never leave you. But I can tell you in 2020, you will feel a lot more connected. You will feel especially connected to your family. I feel like your family connections are going to be really important with this card, and even the 3 of Pentacles, it makes me think of family as well a lot of the time. So I can see you connecting very closely with your family and experiencing a lot more joy and a lot more happiness in 2020. So then we have 11th house, friends. So friendships are going to be really strong in 2020 as well. You're getting a big gift. I think there's a new friend coming in for you, especially. That's what I'm getting. There's going to be some sort of new friend coming in that is going to be very important to you in the long run. And you will not realize that they're a gift straight away, but that's one of the big gifts that you're getting in 2020 is a new friend or a renewed friendship. But I'm getting more so a sense of a new person coming in, somebody new that you can make a connection with, and somebody that kind of brings you that sense of peace and letting go of grief and anxiety and things like that. So that's a really beautiful card here. And we've got solar eclipse, revolution. So a lot of new things. So I see a lot of starts here. I see a start with a new career or a new career opportunity where you're making things work a lot better for you in terms of finances. I can see a start with your mental health where your mental health is getting a lot better and you're able to look after yourself better. And I can also see a new friendship coming in. So 2020 is a complete, almost like a clean slate, and also a lot of new beginnings, new reconnections with your family. Your family's coming in strong here, pile 1. So let's throw your dice and see what we can get from the storytelling dice. So let's see, we've got like a little sunflower and the magnifying glass. So I think really looking in, you will be able to really look inside yourself. You will be able to look really deep within yourself in 2020 and figure out a lot of the things that you haven't been able. And I think this is again to do with your mental health, looking within yourself, looking into your spirituality, into your mental health, and being able to unravel anything that has made you sad or upset you in the past or put you in that space of grief and made you put on this facade, this mask that you'd be wearing, trying to appear strong. And the sunflower makes me feel like it's a joyful thing. So there's a lot of joy. You're trying to unblock your solar plexus chakra, a lot more confidence stepping into 2020 with 2020 will clean off the slate. Whatever you've achieved so far, or you feel whatever you failed at, 2020 will wipe that and allow for a new beginning, for more prosperity for you, pile 1. So it's a very positive reading, and I'm going to move on to my next pile. Let me know if that resonated, and as always, I appreciate any feedback that you can give me. So we're going to move on to pile number 2. Pile number 2, let's see what blessings is 2020 bringing into your life. So let's have a look at your tarot cards first. So we've got the Lovers, we've got the Chariot in reverse, And we've got the Nine of Wands in reverse. Okay, straight away I got this message that any sort of negative relationship patterns that you've been going through in 2019 or years prior are coming to an end. I think there's a period of rest in 2020 in terms of your relationship, but I can also see you attracting a lot of people to yourself. So I think the pleasant surprise is going to be that you're going to have a lot of suitors. You're going to have a lot of people that will boost your confidence, people that will want to get to know you, will be very attracted to you, will be very magnetized by you. But I see a slower period where you're actually more so interested on your own goals and on your own life. But I do see a very healthy relationship. So if you're in a relationship right now, I can see you just taking it slow in your relationship in 2020, but in a good way, in a way that is meaningful and really special, and makes you feel really good. If you're not in a relationship, I can see you getting into a relationship that slows you down, that takes away negative relationship patterns out of your life, that takes away this like defensiveness, feeling like you always have to answer to somebody in a relationship, or feeling like you're always fighting with somebody in a relationship. That could have been patterns that you've been stuck in before, but I can see 2020 really bringing that kind of calmness and relaxation within a relationship to you, where you don't need to worry about being defensive, where you don't need to worry about upsetting the other person, because whoever you're attracting in 2020 are going to be a calm person who is very secure in themselves, and they don't need to pick fights in order to keep the relationship alive. So let's have a look at your oracle cards and see what we have here. So we've got self-worth. So definitely I think you might have gone through some difficult relationships that have taken away your self-worth, that have taken away your belief that you are beautiful, that you're important, that you deserve the best. And in 2020 you're really regaining that. You're regaining that type of self-worth. It's almost going to come out of nowhere, but you've actually been manifesting it whether you realize it or not for a very long time, and it's going to feel very nice and warm amongst all this coldness that I think you've been feeling for the last while. And we've got passion, so a lot of passion, and with the lovers card here I can definitely see that amplified. So a lot of passion, a lot of happiness, feeling very attractive, feeling very happy, maybe also regaining some sort of interest in a thing that you love, like an interest of yours, like a hobby, something that you like doing. You step away from kind of depending on another person to dictate what you need to do, how to live your life. You're able to just focus on yourself. Then we have trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. So I think whoever you're manifesting into your life, or whoever you're in a relationship with, your relationships in 2020 are going to have a lot of trust and a lot of understanding, and a lot of acceptance, which is a really beautiful thing. Your relationships are just going to be, I can see very healthy relationships in general in 2020. 2020 is definitely going to be focused on building relationships, or mending yourself within relationships in 2020. And then we have surrender. I can release my need to control. So if you ever felt like there was a lot of control on your relationships before, or you felt like you had to control the person that you were in a relationship with a lot of the time in the past, that's going away, because whoever you're going to be in a relationship with this time around are going to make you feel that much more secure, that you will not need to do that. You will get out of that negative pattern where you're feeling jealous, where you're feeling misunderstood, where you're feeling alone. This person will really make you feel heard and reignite that passion and really give you that self-worth. So then we have Venus, love. Again, relationships are romantic relationships especially are so important in 2020. They're going to play a huge role for you in 2020. And then we have third house, messages. So communication is very important in 2020, especially within romantic relationships. And I think there's a lot of healthy and trusting communications within your romantic relationships in 2020. So the biggest gifts that I can see here for 2020 for you are good romantic relationships, healthy communication, and a lot of self-worth coming back to you, a lot of passion coming back to you. So let's have a look and see what we have here with the storytelling dice and what might pop up for us. So we have, oh, I feel like 3 of them wanted to pop out. So again, communication is going to be very, very good and very important. With the phone here, again, I think it's going to be very important to keep an eye on your communication, not because you need to fix it, because I think it's going to work out very, very well for you in 2020. And we have the sheep. The sheep makes me think of dreaming. Your dreams are coming true in terms of your relationships. Everything you've ever dreamed about for a relationship, anything you ever dreamed about in a romantic situation, your dream partner is coming true. So that's what I see for you guys. I also see, just like, this might be very random, but some of you guys might get like you know, the communication within this relationship might be really nice, like within your phone, so text messages, or you know, late night calls as well. This makes me think with the sheep, late night calls, really pleasant conversations. This new person that's coming into your life in 2020 could be that kind of person that you just can't stop talking to, because talking to them is so healing and so amazing to you. And if you're within a relationship now, you might, you know, improve your communication with this person that you're with now. You might improve your communication even like through phone. Maybe they're like a bad texter or something, or maybe you text too much, so you guys maybe get it under the control a bit. So that's what I see for you guys. Pile number 2, romantic relationships, a lot of blessings coming in. Let me know if that resonated, and as always, like and subscribe if you can. And I'm going to move on to pile number 3. Let's have a look and see what blessings, what pleasant surprises are coming in 2020. So we have 3 of Swords, we've got 2 of Wands, and we've got, 2 of Wands in reverse. We've got 6 of Pentacles in reverse, and we've got the Fool. Okay, I can see you guys getting over some sort of breakup or some sort of heartbreak. So whether it is to do with a friendship or a relationship or like a family member, you're getting over that heartbreak. That heartbreak is going away. That heartbreak will no longer bother you. It's going to cease, and what is going to come in instead is this new feeling of confidence and feeling like you have a new path ahead of you, something new to build on. You will be able to move on. I can see you being extremely, extremely independent in 2020. That's one of the biggest gifts that you're getting here. These 2 cards are making me think of huge independence, independence to the point of being free, not being worried about anyone else around you, being able to really look after yourself, and you know, having that confidence that you don't need anybody to look after you, that you can look after yourself better than anyone else. So that's a big gift for you in 2020, independence. So especially if you're getting over a breakup, this is a really, really good sign. A lot of happiness, a lot of joys, a lot of celebrations, travel as well. I see that on the cards for you, definitely a bit of travel as well in 2020. If you get any opportunity to travel in 2020, take up that opportunity, because it's going to benefit you a lot. So let's have a look and see what else we have here with the Oracle cards. So we've got acceptance. So I think you will be accepting some sort of breakup, some sort of departure of a person in your life. That's one of the gifts that you're getting in 2020. And we've got service. So I think you're going to be really looking after people in 2020, and it's almost going to be, I can see this here actually, service and the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. I can see you really giving your all to somebody. And this is a different person to whoever is responsible for this heartbreak here. So I think what you might even take up volunteering. I'm hearing that here as well. A bit of volunteer work could be taken up by you in 2020. But that is going going to be one of the biggest blessings for you in 2020. If you do take up volunteering, if you travel, you might travel to volunteer or something like that as well. And it's going to be extremely, extremely fulfilling to you. It's going to be something that will bring you a lot of fulfillment and give you this feeling that you have potential and that you can do things yourself and you don't need to worry about other people. And this heartbreak is going to kind of set it off for you in 2020. That's what I see for you. Okay, let's see what we have. We have fear. I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So I can see that you're getting over certain fears in 2020 as well. So I think it's maybe the fear of rejection, fear of heartbreak, fear of being misunderstood by other people. And you're really embracing that and trying to go into a more free-spirited setting with yourself. And then we have guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. So any guilt or any upset that you've had in the past, you're releasing it. Any guilt to do with this heartbreak that you've been feeling. Another thing that I see, it could be a heartbreak to do with somebody passing away. It could be that somebody passed away and you feel like you didn't get enough time with them. You didn't get enough time to show them. You haven't achieved enough while they were alive and you're feeling this regret. And this regret and guilt pushes you into doing something really important, something that really propels you into success as a result, whether you were going to realize it or not. So that's a really beautiful thing. But I can see you traveling or volunteering or doing something for the better good of others, being extremely unselfish in 2020, and that's a huge gift to you in 2020. So then we have Libra, I balance. So I think with the Libra spirit here, it also can mean that a Libra can be playing a really major role for you in 2020. A Libra could be really important in terms of making you happy, in terms of bringing these gifts to you in 2020. And then we've got a Pisces, I believe. So it could also be a Pisces that's doing, or it could be, a Libra sun, Pisces moon, Pisces sun, Libra moon. It could be something like that. So it could be a Pisces or a Libra or both that are bringing you a lot of prosperity, bringing you a lot of abundance in 2020. If you take on the Libra and the Pisces energies together, it makes me think again of charity, looking after other people before your own needs, helping people, but also being very fair, looking for justice in the situation, looking for balance in the situation. So these are really beautiful cards to come out when we're talking about traveling and helping people and being there for people and being humanitarian. I think your connections with people that you've never even known before are going to be extremely, extremely strong in 2020, and it's going to bring you a lot of emotional fulfillment. And if you get any sort of chance to travel, please do, because I think that's going to be really important for you. So let's just throw your storyteller. Oh, that fell out. So we have apple. Let's see if we get another one. And we've got eye. So you could be, it's straight away I heard the apple of my eye. So it could be that one of these people, you could be a Libra or a Pisces. You could meet a Libra or a Pisces and you would really catch their eye. They would be really, really attracted to you and they would fall in love with you in 2020. So one of your blessings could be that somebody's coming in that is going to find you really attractive, really beautiful, really amazing, and there could be love on the cards for you. Now, I don't see any deep love in 2020 in the cards, but it could be a beginning of something in 2020. Maybe you meet them at the end of 2020. I can also see that you will be very, just because I have the eye on the Pisces card, it makes me think of really seeing through any illusion, seeing through anything that's not true, not believing anyone that's trying to put any kind of stories into your head, trying to deceive you in any sort of way. I feel like that's going to be a big blessing for you in 2020. You're going to be able to see past any sort of lies. So that's what I see for you guys. Pile number 3. Let me know if that resonated. And as always, like and subscribe if you can. And I'm going to move on to pile number 4. So pile number 4, let's see what surprises, pleasant surprises and blessings are coming into you in 2020. So let's see, we have the Moon in reverse. We've got Seven of Cups in reverse. Got the King of Wands, and we've got the Two of Swords in reverse. So there is a choice that you will need to make in 2020 that is going to bring you a lot of prosperity. And this choice is all about your passion, your creativity, something. This choice will put you on the spot about whether you are passionate about enough to go after what you want, basically. But I see you going forward with it. More likely than not, you'll probably go forward with it, with your passion, with something that you really enjoy, with something that you love, and go after it and get it, and you know, pursue it more so than any other stuff. I think there's going to be a lot of choice for you what areas to pursue, and that's what's going to make it so hard to make that decision. But you need to listen to your intuition. There's a reluctance to listen to your intuition in 2020 and kind of listen to your head instead, but I'm telling you, your intuition is going to be very important in this decision. And when you make that right decision, I think you will come to this decision no matter what happens in 2020. It's just that maybe you can come to it at the start of the year and, you know, allow yourself to have a few more months of achieving this goal, or you can come to it at the end of the year and be very reluctant to go for it. So basically the cards are saying whatever your passion is, whatever your creative pursuit is, if you're passionate about an idea, go for it, because it's really important that you do, because it's going to bring you a lot of prosperity, especially if it's anything creative, especially if it's anything that you have really strong ambition about. So let's have a look and see what we have for the oracle cards. We've got balance and we've got creation. Again, creativity is going to be extremely important. You're going to have to create. So if you're an artist, you're a musician, you're a writer, you will need to find balance within creating. So, you know, I can relate to this because, you know, I do art. So, you know, a lot of the time you will be so inspired and you will, you know, create a load of drawings, a load of illustrations, a lot of paintings in one go, and you will just create them and they will sit there then, and you won't touch them again, or you won't touch another painting from that series. So it's kind of advising you to balance it and do it step by step and not to exhaust yourself in one go. And really balance within how you're going to work this passion of yours. Like maybe it's a passion that requires you to have kind of like a business mindset. Maybe you need to do a course on how to do this. Maybe you need to ask for advice from another person on how to do it. It's advising you to find that balance. Find people that can help you. Find people that can teach you how to do it. Now we have imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Again, creativity is coming in so strong with this pile. You guys are definitely creative types. Your creativity is bringing you so much abundance in 2020, and it's going to be extremely important. Like you guys are going to be, your minds are going to be so active with some sort of creative project, and you need to make that creative project your priority, because it's going to bring you so much happiness and abundance. And then we have indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. I mean, this pile is really not messing around. It's really kind of saying it how it is. They're telling you to stop being indecisive. These cards are, you know, when you are able to leave that indecisiveness behind, which I think you will in 2020, you will be able to achieve abundance and happiness. So being decisive is going to be one of the biggest presents, one of the biggest gifts from 2020 to you, if you want to see it that way. Then we've got Pluto, transformation. So this project, whatever it is going to completely transform you as a person. So the power of transformation is going to come in 2020 and bring you a lot of happiness. Whether I think it's not going to be as easy of a year. it might have its challenges for you, but at the end of the year, you're going to be coming out as a completely new person, and a person that's been completely transformed. And that's actually what's going to be one of the biggest gifts for you. And then we have Mars, force. So decisiveness, going for it, confidence, not being indecisive at all. Mars is not an indecisive planet. Mars knows what it wants. Mars knows what it wants to go after. Mars knows where it wants to go. So decisiveness, creativity, and finding balance in all things are going to be so important, and such big gifts, and are going to bring so much abundance to you guys in 2020. So I'm just going to see what the storytelling dice can tell us. So I think you're going to be, okay, I just thought of, so this popped out already in one of the readings, and that didn't pop into my head, but this just popped into my head. I think social media is going to bring you abundance in 2020. Maybe the type of business, the type of creativity you need to start putting out on social media. And it's almost like I'm getting this, social media is going to be the key to bringing abundance in 2020. You're going to find the key to your happiness and abundance in 2020. So that's really exciting and really important. But transformation is going to be so important. I'm also just hearing you might be a Scorpio, have a lot of Scorpio traits, because Pluto and Mars both rule. Mars is the original Scorpio ruler, and Pluto is the Scorpio ruler. So, that just popped in there. So transformation is for sure going, like, you are not gonna recognize yourself at the end of 2020, but in a very good way. So that's what I see for you guys. Pile number 4. Let me know if that resonated. How did you feel about that? And as always, please like and subscribe. I always appreciate it. And we're going to move on to pile number 5. So what gifts and abundance and what surprises does 2020 have for you? Got Queen of Pentacles, got a King of Cups, and I've got the Four of Cups. So I can see you definitely getting some sort of opportunities in 2020 that are going to be, they're almost going to be hidden opportunities that you might almost miss, but they're going to be very important. I see you stepping out. I think maybe in the past you've thought about material things and the 3D world a bit too much, and I see you really stepping out of it and finding balance and finding a healthy way of viewing material things in the 3D world in 2020. And you're moving into this King of Cups energy where you're very in control of your spirituality and your emotions. And you want everyone around you to do well, and therefore you're able to do well because of this, because you want everyone around you to succeed, and therefore, that success is as soon as you want everyone to succeed, success is being attracted to you, because you have that. Sorry, I'm tongue-tied today. You're projecting this energy of somebody who roots for people, who wants people to do well, and therefore that abundant energy is, like a magnet dragging all the good things, all the abundant things towards you, and you will not even realize how much abundance you're attracting in 2020, but you will be doing it. So let's have a look. You guys got 3 of these oracle cards, so let's have a look and see. We've got wisdom. So I think you're going to be really looking at your spirituality in 2020 and trying to get closer to your higher self, get closer to your spirit guides. You guys are about to have a very spiritual year. This card makes me think of spirit guides, and this card makes me think of spirit guides. So I think you're going to be extremely connected to spirit guides in 2020. That's going to be a big gift for you. You're going to have to listen to your spirit guides, stepping out of the 3D world, stepping into spirituality. We've got renewal, so a bit of transformation, of course, that comes with you becoming more spiritual. There's going to be a new way of doing things for you because you've become more spiritual in 2020. And we've got soulmate. Because of this spiritual transformation, I think you will start attracting a soulmate into your life. So whether it's somebody that you know already or somebody completely new, I think it could be somebody completely new. You will start, as soon as this step into your spirituality comes in 2020, which I think has already begun in 2019. It's going to bring you so much blessings that you're going to start attracting a soulmate. You're starting to attract like-minded people that are very have very similar views, like your soul family. That's what I'm seeing. And then we have these cards here. So we've got blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. So with this spirituality, I can see you really taking responsibility of your thoughts, of your negative thinking patterns, of anything that you do, any actions that you make that bring you into a lower vibrational space. You will really take action and take responsibility in regards to these things. You will really make sure to be very conscious about what decisions you make, how you act. And then we've got relationships. I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. Again, with the soulmate. You can't make this up. Like, this is, you're attracting a soulmate. You're attracting your soul family. All things spiritual are going to be so important in 2020. And I just see spirituality as being one of the biggest gifts in 2020. It's standing out so much for me here. We've got Sagittarius, I see. So a Sagittarius could be playing a really big role in 2020 in terms of abundance for you. It could be that a Sagittarius sun or moon or rising could be coming into your life. Or you could be making a connection with a Sagittarius that is very important in 2020. They could also be one of the soulmates that you're attracting. Another thing is that travel could be a really big thing for you in 2020 that brings you abundance and brings you prosperity. So keep an eye out for that. And then we have 12th house, escape. So 12th house makes me think of dreams, of spirit guides, of spirituality, connecting. You could be connecting with your soulmates or your spirit guides or your spiritual soul family in your dreams and communicating with them and really feeling whole as part of this soul family. So spirituality is definitely popping out as the biggest gift. Your spirit guides are going to be very clear and very deliberate with their messages to you in 2020. So let's have a look and see what the dice can tell us. Okay, so we've got questions being answered, having questions to answer within yourself, within people around you, things that you were unsure about for a very long time in 2020 are suddenly coming up as answers, and they could even come out as a result of these spirit guides giving you answers, even though you haven't realized that's what they've been doing all along. This one, the little man with the parachute, just makes me think of freedom and not having fear in stepping into freedom, being very free, not being tied down by anyone. The Sagittarius card makes me think of that as well. There's a big gift and surprise of freedom in 2020 where you don't have to answer to anyone, where you don't have to worry about what anyone thinks. You will be able to live life exactly as you want to live it. So 2020 is about to be a beautiful year for you, especially spiritually, and that's really, really important. I hope that resonated. Please let me know if it did or not, and as always, any feedback is welcome. And I'm going to move on to pile number 6. Let's see what blessing, what gifts is 2020 bringing into your life. So we've got Judgment in reverse, we've got the Tower, and we've got the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So I can see some sort of big transformational event happening in 2020 that's going to come in as a blessing in disguise. It's going to be something that seems like it's the worst thing ever. It's going to come in and seem like it's something that is going to shatter your life, that is here to make you feel bad, here to make you upset. But in reality, this event is going to be the best thing that has ever happened to you. Whatever event it is, it's going to cause a bit of drama, it's going to cause a lot of growth, and it will cause you to become independent and think on your own. It's also going to, I think it will have effect on your financial situation. So I see that definitely. But it's going to be a very, very significant event in 2020. It's going to be very intense. It's going to feel like the worst thing in the moment. But a couple of months later, you will realize, oh my God, that was a blessing. Because of this, I took that job. Because of this, I went and started my own business. Because of this, I went and made new friends. Whatever it is, this event is going to actually be such a blessing to you, but you will not realize it in the moment. So let's have a look and see what we have. We've got perfection. We've got discovery. So I think this event will make you discover something. With the perfection here, I think you are a perfectionist. You could be somebody that is looking for that perfect life. And I think 2020 is actually going to be the first step to that perfect life, to that happiness, to that perfection within your surroundings. Whatever you want to be perfect will start becoming perfect because of this event. Self-discovery, discovering what you want, discovering what you like, discovering what's best for you will all come out of this event. And then we have judgment. You've got judgment twice. I know this is not exactly the same thing, but I just think it's very interesting. Judgment. Let me think. Okay, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. So I think not just because of this might be a little bit different, but I see you stepping up in life in 2020, big time. You're leveling up in 2020 because of this big event that's going to upset you. You don't realize it's a blessing, but it's going to be. And then we've got humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. So even though all these kind of big dramas are going to happen, you're going to stay happy. You're going to stay joyful. You're going to keep, a happy face on, but not in that way that it's fake. You're gonna see the funny side in it. You're gonna see the happy side in it, and you're gonna be, really people are gonna find you very approachable in 2020 and really love to have a laugh with you. There's gonna be a lot of opportunities for you to have a laugh in 2020 in general. And then we have Scorpio. I transform. So this is gonna be a very, very transformative event for you. I cannot stress this enough. With the discovery, the Scorpio card, and the Tower, and the Judgment card, this is going to be so transformative for you. So, buckle up for 2020. And we've got Jupiter, abundance. So a lot of abundance is coming in as a result of this one event that seems really negative when it's happening, but you will have abundance. Especially financial, I think. Financially, you're going to be doing super well because of this event. I don't know what it is. Maybe you have more of an idea. Let me know in the comments if you know. But it's going to be really, really good for you. So let's see what we have here with the dice. So we've got the Tower. Oh my God, we've got the Tower twice. So there's big emphasis on this event. I think this event is going to be very important. It's going to be very important. It's major for your development and abundance in 2020. And we've got this little walking stick. So I think what you feel like you don't have a lot of help. You feel like you don't have a lot of help, but in reality, you're going to have a lot of help that you didn't expect in 2020. And that's another big surprise, pleasant surprise, a big blessing for you. So that's what I have for you guys. Pile number 6. Let me know if that resonated. If you feel like that was accurate, I'd love to hear your thoughts. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.